Here's Johnny! Dudes and dudettes, how the fuck are you guys? This is Igor Chesterfield, and today I'm going to be talking about The Shining. Now, I think everyone by now knows what The Shining is. It's a horror novel written by Stephen King, which is actually one of my favorite horror authors, if not, in general, authors of all time. I really enjoy his books, and I think The Shining is a very interesting departure on what he normally writes about, on so much supernatural horror and things that are more grotesque. It's more of a psychological horror book, and it's actually, I never read the book to this day. I haven't read The Shining, but people say that it's a very, 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 very intricate novel that tells a very well-weaved story and makes you feel on the edge of your seat, you know what I mean? Now, Stanley Kubrick, which is probably one of the best directors of all time, in the 80s, I think in 1980, he directed a movie based off of the book with the same name, and here's the thing, I recently watched that movie. I watched it several times, and as of recently, I noticed something. It is really, really not scary at all. The Shining is not scary at all whatsoever. There's nothing in the movie that makes me feel, any kind of fear. It doesn't make me cringe at all in any given moment. Which is interesting because supposedly the novel that it's based off of is incredibly scary. Like I said, I haven't read it, but if the movie is, faithful to the source material, I don't think the book is all that scary at all. The thing with The Shining is that I think I have a problem. I really love horror movies, as you guys should know by now, but I have a hard time sometimes, like, being afraid. I don't think I've said that in other videos. Like, it actually, here's the thing, it doesn't take too much to frighten me. It really doesn't. But you have to do it the right way. If you're going to make a horror movie that has supernatural elements, you're going to have to really use sort of heavy imagery, not too much blood, violence, and gore, but show me spirits, demons, ghosts, things that are going to make me feel really, really, truly terrified. The Shining doesn't do that at all. There are a few scenes that are a little unnerving, yes, of course, and some even disturbing, but nothing that really scares me, nothing that really frightens me, that makes me feel that kind of fear that movies like The Conjuring make me feel. I just don't understand at all how that works, because it's supposed to be a very scary movie. Now, here's the thing. I'm not really going to worry about spoiling the movie because, it was released in the 1980s. If you haven't watched it yet, then I'm not even going to issue a spoiler warning. I'm just going to say it. There are certain scenes in the movie, like the two twins who were apparently murdered by their father in the Dolphin Hotel, and there's an image of them like all butchered across the hallway, blood splattered all over the place and spewed, and it's really, really gory, and that kind of thing makes me feel unnerved but not scared. There's also another scene where Danny, which is the protagonist's son, he has a vision of blood, like this tidal wave of blood coming down the hallway and just flooding everything. Again, unnerving, but not frightening. It's not exactly scary. I think the only redeeming quality, the only horror quality in The Shining is one scene where Jack, the protagonist, who later becomes the antagonist, he goes into a hotel room and sees this really attractive naked woman coming towards him, and they kiss and all that, they make out, and then he just like snaps back to reality and sees that it's actually an old hag who looks more like a fucking zombie than anything else, a reanimated corpse, and he just like backs away. She starts doing this maniacal laugh and walking after him. That was the one scary part out of that entire fucking movie, which is supposed to be a horror film, the one part that actually made me feel creeped out, disturbed, actually scared me. The one scene in the entire damn movie. Now, one thing that I have to point out is that Jack Nicholson is one hell of a fucking actor. He acted the shit out of that role. He just completely annihilated the role of Jack. Yes, the character's name is also Jack. Jack Thompson, I believe. I forgot already. But the way that I think everyone knows how Stanley Kubrick directs his movies. He makes his actors and actresses go through hell sometimes, but in the end, the movies come out so perfect that no one even complains anymore. And the actress who played Wendy in the Shining movie, she really went through a lot of ordeals to make that movie happen, because the director actually abused her physically, emotionally, things of the sort, and it was just a really crazy experience for her. Her hair would begin to fall out during production. But even Jack Nicholson himself complained from time to time about Kubrick's methods, let's say. But I think that Jack Nicholson's acting is actually better than the movie itself, because he brought so much life to that character. Jack Nicholson is creepy. He's just a creepy. His face is creepy. I don't know. The guy freaks me out. Like, if I ever meet him, I'll shake his hand like, hey, I love your work, but I'm probably going to stand a few feet back when I shake his hand, because what the fuck? The guy he has like a creepy vibe. His smile is all like fucking, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. It makes me feel a little freaked out. But the way that he acted in The Shining really, really brought a bit of life into that movie. I didn't like the movie whatsoever. I mean, I think it should be scary. It should be frightening because it's based off of one of the best horror novels ever, apparently. But it just never got to me. It just never really got to me. And I'm sorry about that to anyone who loves that movie. I'm sorry, okay? I'm a little more critique when it comes to horror. Feels really weird how that movie was so successful. Yes, I know that Stanley, he incorporated new techniques into filmmaking that were revolutionized at the time with The Shining, like I think it was the motion tracking camera, I forgot what it was called. He mounted the camera on a sort of carriage, and I forgot what it's called, okay? I looked it up, but I forgot what it was called. Look it up later. He used this new camera technique where the camera would move behind the actors, like in the scene where Daniel was with his bike in the hallway. Really, really awesome. But the movie itself fell flat to me. It didn't scare me. I know it was probably supposed to, but it just didn't. I'm sorry about that. But overall, I just have to give kudos, props, cheers, everything to Jack Nicholson, who really, really, I can never get over how much, I wish I could act like him. He has just this crazy mood about him, this crazy mojo. I don't know, I just love the way he acts. And I've only ever seen him in The Shining. I haven't seen him in any other movie, but I'm sure he's brilliant in every single other thing he's ever done. Oh, that's it for today, guys. That's just talking about The Shining a little bit. Wanted to get it out. Don't think it's really that scary, but it's still pretty interesting to talk about. I think it's a topic that I like covering horror movies on my channel. It's really good. Now, a lot of new things are happening on my channel. A lot of new additions are being made, new segments, new blocks, and the way that I'm recording and editing. So I hope you guys enjoy my new segments, and I really, really hope you continue to subscribe. All you have to do is subscribe. It's a button right down there under this video. Just click that little button. It's red right now, but you could make it gray. Looks a lot better gray, doesn't it? Just such a nice color. Looks great, or white, you know, whichever browser you're using it on. Just hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well. This is Igor Chesterfield signing out for now. I will see you guys with lots of love in my next video. Peace! What the hell was that?